Hey everybody, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News. And I'm very pleased to have with me today Brandon Whitelaw of Qumulo. Brandon, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks, Doug.
So the headline, and we ran it just a few days ago, is Qumulo and Cisco launch Bridge to Cloud architecture to help enterprises beat the flash crunch just ahead of Cisco Live 2026. We're actually at Cisco Live 2026. Just down the hall is where you're displaying some new innovations, and we'll be talking about this headline. But for now, what is Qumulo?
Qumulo is an accelerated data company. Ultimately, we help customers be able to store mission-critical data sets with file and object platforms, both in their data centers, at the edge with Cisco Unified Edge, and in any of the major public clouds, be able to unify all that data into one constant AI-enabled data fabric.
Who are your customers?
Our customers range a lot, from some of the largest autonomous driving customers to just about every special effects shop that makes movies and broadcasts, sports TV, as well as to in life sciences and genomic sequencing and research, hospitals, and a lot of public sector and government entities as well. So anywhere there's high performance, high capacity data sets to be accelerated.
So Brandon, walk me through this announcement, what it means to the Cisco community.
Yeah, customers, especially this year, have been really caught off guard with some of their quotes for new hardware, new refreshes of their all-flash storage systems. We're seeing prices for RAM and NVMe going up now 300 to sometimes over 400% year over year.
Wow.
And lead times now in not weeks, but months to upwards over a year now in some circumstances. And a lot of these weren't budgeted for. So customers are wanting to be able to get access to that, to where they can find cost-effective capacity in the least disruptive way. And so what we've done is partner with Cisco to be able to create what we call really an industry-first bridge to cloud, a seamless, non-disruptive bridge to cloud. So we can help customers transition over to Cisco UCS or on Unified Edge with Qumulo as the data plane, and seamlessly extend that system into any of the major hyperscalers to get access to capacity without doing any application refactoring or moving any applications or changing how any clients access data. So to the company, it's as if nothing's ever changed, but in reality, they're back-ending that system into AWS or Azure or Google or OCI and getting basically a bottomless bucket of storage without having to think about any challenges with security or networking or any other topologies to make that happen.
Now, Brandon, we're literally at the opening hours almost of Cisco Live. Been open for a few hours. You are featuring 3 new products at your booth. Is that right?
That's correct.
What are they?
Yeah, so the first one is the Bridge to Cloud, which is enabled with our Cisco exclusive, what we call Cloud Native Qumulo Enterprise. This is on Cisco's global procurement list, and so companies can, without adding any complexity to the procurement process, they can buy our cloud native file system and the fabric that extends that to their on-prem systems, and be able to take what was a 4x price increase on some of our competitors out there and move them onto Cisco with Qumulo and get unlimited capacity with a non-disruptive transition for the bridge to cloud. So that's the first one. The second one is leveraging very similar technologies there, but with what we call our Cloud AI Accelerator. So there's a lot of customers that are building out different AI systems and pipelines, but as you probably well know, about 70% of all AI spend is happening in the 4 major hyperscalers with their AWS Bedrock or Microsoft Foundry or Google Vertex. And companies have all that data. They want to empower those AI data sets, but that data is on-prem. So they need to be able to bridge to the cloud with our AI accelerator, be able to use their data on-prem securely without copying it into those cloud services. So this allows you to get access to any GPUs or any AI services in the cloud without having to copy or stage data in the cloud, and be able to use Cisco's networking and security products to put that all together. So that's the second one. And then the third one is a first of its kind, what we call Qumulo Neural Protect. This is real-time ransomware detection and prevention. So instead of waiting for detecting ransomware in the backup, days or weeks later, we can detect that in real time on the very first file, protect against that, and then seamlessly interconnect into Cisco Hypershield, into the smart switches, the 9300 series, and then even alert into Splunk as well. So it's a really end-to-end ransomware protection where we detect on the data plane, but lock the entire network down to help companies address this ever-growing threat.
Well, the great thing about Cisco Live is we actually have real customers and real dealers, if you will, real partners. What are the enterprises saying? What are the actual end users saying?
Well, a couple things. One is they love the ability to get access to these services, this capacity, or this protection without disrupting the end user experience. The same network share, the same mount, the same object point that they're used to on-prem, they can still use. They don't have to download anything new. They don't have to change their workflow or their behavior, and yet they get a bottomless bucket of storage that's just seamlessly backing it into the cloud. And as things progress over the next couple of years, if they want to, for whatever reason, bring that data set back on-prem, they can. There's a reverse gear. There's no Hotel California anymore. So they can seamlessly extend and then reverse back in a couple of years if it makes sense. And then the second thing also is that people are continuously having more and more challenges with ransomware. So they want to be able to get protected, and they want to be able to make sure they can stop it in the first place. We saw a study recently that 84% of customers would rather pay the ransom than go through a disruptive restoration from backup, not knowing exactly what data has been corrupted or is still clean. And it's really operationally challenging to the business to go through that. So to detect it on the first file, lock it down across the network with our integrations with Cisco, it provides a very quick way to detect, stop, and prevent spread, and ultimately improve business continuity.
And that actually, let's stop just for a second on that. That kind of changes the math of ransomware, right? There's a new calculus involved.
Yeah, I mean, typically people are investing quite a lot in insurance. There's always this game, here in Vegas, famously, there was two very different approaches taken from two large casino corporations.
Yes.
Where one paid the ransom, was back up and running, the other one didn't. And they had to put radios in elevators and hope people didn't get stuck because all their systems were down for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, again, the best, like with health, the best approach is preventative. Let's stop it in the very first attempt before it spreads and before you get put in a position where you're left with that difficult decision.
Now, the channel partner ecosystems here too. What have you heard from the partners?
Well, partners love being able to help customers navigate through these kind of rough waters related to hardware shortages and the struggle between core IT and line of business related to AI services. They love being able to provide bridge technologies because this ultimately brings different groups within the business, different budgets, and allows them to be able to provide a comprehensive solution. And at the end of the day, when you make data go from local to global, the network is really important, and a secure network at that. And there's no one better than Cisco for that.
So with this announcement, and what's your next step? What are you guys working on next?
Well, we have a lot more to go. I mean, we're a launch partner for Cisco Unified Edge. We see a lot of customers wanting to do agentic AI inferencing at the edge connected to cloud or core data services. And we'll be talking a lot more about that coming up later this week with some of our live stage announcements with Cisco.
Brandon, where can people find you? We're going to try to get this podcast up during the show. Where can people find you actually on the trade show floor?
Yeah, so if you go through the trade show floor in the Solution Center, just go past the AMD or SHI booth. You'll find the Qumulo booth where we can show this all live and actually happening in real time.
Wow. Now, for folks that are not at the show, where can they learn more?
Yeah, go to Qumulo.com and be able to learn more about all of our solutions with Cisco. We're extremely proud to be partnering with them, and no one better to help customers bridge this technology and the ecosystem where things are going in the future.
Brandon, thank you very much indeed.